Today on Simple Food, Simple Life, I'm going to show you how to make that great old-fashioned dessert, bread pudding. Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Guess what? I was just getting ready to make some bread pudding. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to share this with all of you. So, I'm going to show you how I make bread pudding. Now, I suppose there's 100 different ways to make it, but I just make it this way, and I've been making it this way for years, so I'm going to do it for you. Alright, first thing I have here, I've got my big bowl of stale bread, and this is a bag of various odds and ends of that sounds weird, odds and ends of rolls that I had in a bag in the freezer, and it was kind of a big bag, and I thought, you know what, I'm tired of shuffling this bag around. So actually, I confess, I had two bags, and one was very hard rolls, and these are just stale. The other ones I ground up into breadcrumbs, but these I'm going to make some bread pudding. So you can see, it's just right there, there's some white bread, I think that was a snowflake roll, and there's some whole wheat rolls right here. So I'm going to make up the bread pudding. Now, hang on, because I'm going to grab the rest of the ingredients. See, I told you I decided at the last minute to do this. So I'm going to grab the rest of the ingredients and be right back. Alright, I grabbed some milk. And the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm not really going to measure it. I'm just going to pour some milk on here. This is whole milk, because that's what I use. And I'm just going to pour some milk on here. I can't really give you exact measurements because you know what? I don't know. Everything is different. You might have more bread than this or less bread than this. And so just put enough milk in there to where you can, you know, just kind of squish it down so that it's covered by the milk. So what I do, I just pour the milk in, then I just take a spatula and press it down in there. And what I want to happen, I want this bread to soak up this milk. Okay? That's what you want. So, just put as much as you need. See what this looks like? You want it to be milky. So, that's what I'm looking for, and I'm just going to add just a tad more, and I'm going to press that under there, and then I'm just going to let this set in here. Depending on how stale your bread is, you can let it set for, what, I don't know, anywhere from 10-15 minutes to 30 minutes. Just depends on, but you want the bread to absorb most of the milk, okay? You want that milk absorbed. So I'm going to leave it there. And then we're going to come back and we'll go to the next step. Okay, this looks pretty good. And in the meantime, I put in a tablespoon of cinnamon and I put in a splash of vanilla. And I also buttered and sugared this fluted cake pan. That's what I call it, but anyway, it's not an angel food cake pan, but it's similar because it's tubular. Okay? Alright. And I like to sprinkle a little bit of sugar. I buttered it very generously because I don't want my bread pudding to stick. But you can use any pan you want. You don't have to use that kind of pan. You can use an oblong pan, a square pan, a round pan. You can use whatever you prefer. So, I'm going to put in 3 eggs. And eggs are very important for bread pudding because that's what's going to help give you the lift that you need to make your pudding rise up. Okay? So, I'm using 3 eggs because of the amount of bread that I have, but you go accordingly. If you have more bread than this, you might want to use more eggs. If you have less bread than this, then you probably want to use fewer eggs. But I would say at least always go with 2. That's just me. Now then, I have 2 cups of sugar to put in here. I'm usually generous with sugar. It just kind of depends. I might use less than that, especially if I'm going to, for example, make a caramel topping, or if I'm going to glaze, put a glaze on the bread pudding. The beauty of bread pudding is that you can make it absolutely as decadent as you want. You can put anything you want in it. You can put raisins. You can leave it plain. If you don't like cinnamon, put nutmeg or something else that you prefer. Some other spice. You can make a rum sauce. You can add rum extract instead of vanilla extract. There's just so many things that you can do with bread pudding. Bread pudding is very, very versatile. Now then, I've got that stirred up pretty well. Let's see, I've got my bread, I've got my eggs, I've got my milk, got sugar, got vanilla, and I have cinnamon. I was generous with the cinnamon. If you want to use less, by all means, do. Now then, this is something that I have. It's called California Mix. And what it consists of is dried bananas, dates, apricots, pineapple. It's got some pecans in it, and it has some walnuts. And it's all dried. And the pecans and the walnuts are slightly salty. You see in there? Can you see? Okay, so I took a cup of that and I chopped it up. And I happen to have this, so this is what I'm going to add to my bread pudding. And I think it's going to be delicious. So you can add any dried fruit or nuts that you want to your bread pudding. Honestly, the sky's the limit with bread pudding. You can be as creative as you want. So I'm going to add this to my bread pudding and get that stirred up. Pretty easy so far, isn't it? And now I'm going to put this in my prepared pan. I have my oven heated to 350 degrees, and let's hope this all fits if I don't spill it. It looks a little runny, but trust me, it'll tighten up and it will be really, really good. I did spill some out of there, I think. Now, I buttered this pan, not only on the inside, I buttered the edge and I buttered the top part too, because it's going to poof up, and when it poofs up, I don't want it to stick around the edge. So, made my little bit of a mess there. Alright, now then, I'm going to shake her down. Now, I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to bake this at 350 degrees I'm going to set it for at least 45 minutes, and then I will check it at that time. And how you check that is you take a toothpick, a knife, or a skewer, and we're going to put it down as close as we can to the center through the bread pudding, and when it comes out clean, your bread pudding is done. Okay? Alright, going to put it in the oven, be back, and show you what we got. Exciting! One thing I forgot to do, which is important, and I want to show you this, I got carried away, is we're going to put some butter pats in there. And all that's going to do is it's just going to enrich the bread pudding. And I don't want to skip this part, okay? No way am I skipping that part. Okay, forgot that. I want to be sure and show that to you. In the oven it goes. Just to give you an idea here, there is the bread pudding, and you see how it kind of puffs up a little bit? Now, I set it on 45 minutes, and I've got about 5 minutes left, so then I will check it. I just wanted you to see what it looked like in the oven. All right, we've got some bread pudding. Now, I just use a skewer on mine. You can use a knife, whatever you want. So I'm going to put it down in there. I'm going to bring it out. It comes out nice and clean. That's what you're looking for. You can do the same thing with a knife. And it should feel slightly firm. It shouldn't feel jiggly or mushy, okay? And the crazy lady, moi, just happened to think, This pan is called a bundt pan. I couldn't think of what the name of this pan was. Oh my gosh, it's awful. What is that expression of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most? Anyway, bundt pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes or so. And just before I forget, I want you to know that this baked for about 55 minutes. I put it on 45 initially. It was a little bit jiggly and I didn't like that, so I left it in for 10 more minutes. And now I think it's perfectly fine. So now this is puffed up a little bit, but this will sink a bit, okay? So don't panic if your bread pudding falls. That's normal, okay? Because you ain't making a souffle here. You're just making bread pudding. All right, now then, I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to attempt to turn this out on a plate, and I'll show you what we have. Because this is like a fancy schmancy bread pudding, okay? All right, come back, and we'll show you what we got. Okie doke. Now, I've let it sit here for about 10 minutes, and you see what I mean by how it sinks down. You can see that it's sunk a little bit, okay? But see, it's pretty firm. So hopefully I'll be able to put it out on this plate. I'll be able to turn it out, and we will see what happens. I'm scared. All right, listen, if you like, give me a thumbs up, and be sure and subscribe, and don't forget to share, because everybody needs to know this stuff, right? Now, this bread pudding is heavy, but this bundt pan is much heavier, so we'll see. Oh, I hope it works. I hope. I heard something sink, so let's see. I'm scared. We will see what happens. I hope I buttered it well enough. Sometimes it doesn't come out perfectly, and you have to patch it. And see there's some left, so I'll have to take that out and I'll have to patch it. But that's okay. I don't care. I'm good with it. I've got it to the place where I want to show you exactly what I have. And you can see this looks pretty tasty, doesn't it? See? It's still rather sticky because it's hot. But I'm going to let this cool off probably until it's just warm, and then I will slice it, a slice of it, and I will show you what it looks like once it is sliced. And then we can see all the good fruit and goodies in there too. Okay, all right, be right back. We're almost done, I promise, I promise. Be right back. All right, this is set for a few minutes, so let's see if we can cut a piece of this, and I can show you what it looks like. I'll use this knife here. I'm just going to cut through it. Now, bread pudding is not like cake. It does have a different texture, but it's really good. So, let's see what this looks like. You see that? See the little bit of fruit in there that I put in? And I think it smells awesome. It really does. My whole house smells good. So I hope you give this a try. I think you're really going to like it. It's a way to use up your old bread. Don't throw it away. Just put it in a bag in the freezer and save it. And you can make a beautiful, beautiful dessert. If I had a little bit of whipped cream, that would go on there. But I don't, so it's going to be perfect just the way it is anyway. All right, listen, I love you. If I can do it, you can do it. And you just remember that little is much when God is in it. All right, love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.